Hi everybody, this is Pimiga3. What's different in this version is it has been developed on top of X Windows, so you get the benefits and flavors of being able to kind of daily drive this thing. Yeah, is it an Amiga OS clone? It is. Pimiga3 is built on Scalos Workbench Replacement. It is not your Commodore Amiga OS, but it's my take on what it could have been. Right here, we have a new menu bar at the bottom. It starts off on the right with iGame. Of course, this has the latest Zeb Elwood pack of games. Currently, there's 4,286 games. They are sorted by directory, not by slave file, so you don't get all the alt. There are different language versions, though. Next to iGame is what I call iDemo. It is iGame with the demos. And I've added some of my personal favorites in here. They will play as totally fine. This will play anything up to a 060, basically any demo you can toss at it. Next to that is the Frogger movie player, where you can play some MP4s. Just, you know, this is the Eric Schwartz animation, wonderful job. The Amiga song, you've heard it before. Next up to that is Amiga Amp, which is a MP3 player. Comes with a little bit of a taste of a tickle of some MP3s. I change the MP3s with every version. Next up is Shapeshifter, where is Mac emulation, of course. This will emulate a 60 to 40 FPU MMU Macintosh System 8 machine, which is openly available from Apple now. You can download these old discs from System 6 on up. Are we done there? No, we have games. You want to play Warcraft 2? Go ahead. It's totally capable of playing a game inside of emulation. Warcraft 2 Tides of Darkness. Start a new game. Yes. We'll do the orcs. And you get the whole, this is it. This build 4 barrack. You can play the game. This is on a Macintosh, currently in 640 by 480. Now this does have full stereo sound. When this is done, you'll be returned to your Mac. You can close any windows. There's additional programs, games, and utilities and fun. Just in here alone, choose the word special and shut down. You're instantly returned to Scalos. Snoop DOS, Commodities Exchange, JIT. You can customize the JIT loader of Amaberry. Of course, Directory Opus, we all use that as a file manager, know and love. And Mounter, which will mount any HDF, ISO, ADF image. Next to that, we have SMB Mounter from Rob Cranley. You can mount your network drives on here, SMB 1.0 or whatever. We have an unpacker. We have a term program where you can call BBSs over Telnet, and you can actually click on these and call a BBS over Telnet, over the internet, to any one of the systems or any one that you can find online nowadays, and it will load just fine. Now this is actually running on my real Amiga. There it is, and I could log in if I wanted to, but I'm not. So that's term. We also have AWeb, which is a really fast Amiga browser. There's more than that, which I'll get into real briefly. This is fully set up to be an Amiga browser, which is not the best in the world. But you're like, wait, Chris, I see 2 more icons down there. Explain that Chrome icon. Well, if I click Chrome, what it's going to do, it's going to enact the host run command, which pulls a Linux app through the plane, because Amiga graphics run on what's called planar. Imagine pages of paper. We're pulling this from Linux and pulling it through the front. So I could then go on YouTube or Google Docs or Facebook or Twitter, Insta, Crackface, whatever you want. You'll never get this on an Amiga browser. If the sound was playing, it would actually play my intro video for unsubscribed people. Same here for Firefox. It'll take a second for the plane to pull through, and the same thing, you'll have Firefox running. I did the same favorites bar, it looks like, with these. Default page is always Aminet. We have hot swap USB, so I have a USB stick right here. I can plug a USB stick into this machine. Once I get a notice up the top here, now what happens is I can go over to the USB icon on my desktop. You're like, I don't see anything, Chris. Well, I'm blind. I can't see anything either. We're going to view all files. There's my LexR32. Look, there's music mods. I did have stuff on here. Here we go. There's a bunch of music mods, and there's a Super Kickstart disc and Virus Z 2021. So that's USB, it's hot swappable, and when you're done, just remove. You can now use USB audio hot swap, Bluetooth controllers, Wi-Fi, networking, blah, blah, blah. The magic of this is this. If you press F12 to quit, now we have an XFCE Linux desktop running at 2.2 gigahertz. I can VNC into this machine. You can see my Wi-Fi. You can also see my Bluetooth devices, and you can go back to it. We also have Mega AGS set up if you like the old school games. You can simply go through any of the lists. This is from the Mega is the $1 Million Boys, I think the group is called, and it would play. You guys use Mega AGS on the Mister a lot, and when you're done, you can either launch Pimiga again or whatever. There's a full README here with instructions. LibreOffice, and that's great. So anything Linux can run, the Pimiga can run. It can pull it through, and I'm going to show you that real quick for my final thing, and then we can talk some questions. Host run fun. So I'm going to click this Linux host run fun. Well, I added VLC player. You can expand on this as you want. I just put some basics in here. There. So it would take you to the directory that I did on the Scalo side, where you could choose the Amiga song or whatever you want to watch, and it would just play through the planer on the Scalo side. Linux terminals, whatever you want, you can run NeoFetch and see that you're running Debian 11, Bullseye, Arch 64. There's so many things I could go over with you with what Pimiga has, the various different Amiga emulations. We have everything from Scum, VM, Shapeshifter, even ST on Amiga, Amstrad, Frodo. There's everything. There's a lot of stuff. It might not be everything, but it's pretty cool. And many more programs inside. Dig around. Every audio player program you could possibly want. Much more in internet. Tons of programs in here. Word processors. If you're into coding, there's a lot in here. Is there everything in here? No. It's really cool. It's really fast. It's really fun. It gets better with each release. And that's about it. So that's Pimiga3. This is currently in beta 3. You can see it in the top left of that screen up here. And it will be coming soon to a download near you, and it's totally free. So 64 gig memory card, runs on a Pi 400 or a Pi 4, 2 gig or greater, and that will be our Christmas gift to the Amiga community this year. So that's all I got for now. Thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you in a second. I hope you learned something.